What's going on, guys? Today I am back with another hat format replay review for you guys. If you're interested in sending in your hat format replays, you can go down to the video description and find out all the information on how you can go about sending those in. But anyways, here I have another match. It was me here, Max Immature Zarin, playing Chainburn. I'm not proud of having to play this, but I wanted to kind of show it off a little bit because I don't show it too much on the channel, versus Casper132 here, who was playing, I want to say Ghostrick Chaos, but compared to other Ghostrick Chaos lists, it was more of like a Piper Chaos with like more Synchro enabling and stuff. It's a pretty cool deck, honestly. But yeah, so let's get straight into this one. He did win the rock, paper, scissors, so he will be starting out. Opening hands, I saw Lava Golem, Ojama Trio, Pot of Duality, Secret Barrel, and Waboku. So an all-right hand, nothing too crazy. Obviously not seeing something like a card D or anything, but a little bit of, survival if need be. And they saw Ghostrick Mary, Ghostrick Spectre, Ghostrick Jiangshi, Treeborn Frog, and Effect Veiler. So already you can see kind of just some like interesting cards in this deck. They draw a copy of Symphonic Warrior Bases, which I'm just going to quickly go over what this card is, because it ended up coming up a lot, and I've seen this card before. I'm pretty sure I own a handful of these IRL, but I couldn't remember for the sake of me what it does. And this says, once per turn, select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster on the field. Increase its level by the number of cards in your hand. This increase lasts until the end phase. And then you can remove from play this card from your graveyard to select one face-up Symphonic Warrior monster you control. Increase its level by the number of cards in your hand, and it lasts until the end phase. So this is what I was talking about, how it allows for some Synchro plays in this deck, as it is a level 1 tuner at base stats. But here they set the Jiangshi and pass it over. I look at my hand, drawing a Dimension Wall. I activate Duality, 1 Day of Peace. Jar of Greed and Secret Barrel are revealed. Here I take the 1 Day of Peace because I don't feel like I am in any sort of rush with this hand. I want to play it slow until I can maybe get into Accumulated Fortunes or more draw cards in general, so that I feel like I have a good follow-up besides just setting 5 and potentially getting blown out early on. Here I go for 1 day. They draw a copy of Allure. I get a copy of card D, which is very strong here. I end up setting the Ojama Trio and activating card. I had to, I chose to just set one here, just to kind of, whatever, just to get a card out of hand. I used the card, draw into Accumulated Fortune and Jar of Greed. I did play it kind of risky. I probably should have set the Waboku here if I'm being completely honest. But I felt okay. I put the Ojama Trio because if it was a deck that can start popping off, obviously I didn't know what they were on, but if they were on a deck that can put up like a ton of bodies early on, this can at least clog some of the zones. So it kind of implies that I'll be able to survive. I don't mind taking some damage in this deck if need be, but realistically I probably should have set that Waboku. Anyways, yeah, they drew a good copy of Mary, and then no, wait, that wasn't their draw. Maybe did I miss something there? I don't know what happened there. But anyways, they flip the Jiangshi, use the effect to add a copy of Spectre, activate Allure, drawing Majesty's Fiend and Caius, banishing a copy of Spectre. Here they normal summon the Symphonic guy, and I had to read that real quick. And it increases by the number of cards in hand, so they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a level 8. So here they're going to synchro with the 8 and the 3 into a copy of Star Eater and attack for 32. The 1 day, though, was activated, so I don't take damage here. Here they have to discard, and they discard the Treeborn Frog. I draw for turn a copy of Swift Scarecrow, which, unfortunately, that's not, great into Star Eater or anything. And in general, it's just not great into this matchup. But it is necessary to survive, so here I do end up setting some back row. They draw a copy of Lightning Vortex. They go in standby phase, bring back Treeborn Frog because they have no spell or traps. Go to battle phase, attack, I think. I go Waboku, chain Jar of Greed, chain Ojama Trio, Chain Accumulated Fortune. So I will draw 2, and then an additional off the Jar of Greed. They get their 3 tokens, and then I take no battle damage, or I guess I should just say, yeah, no battle damage this turn. And here I drew Just Desserts, Legacy of Yatagarasu, and another copy of Trio. Here I activate Secret Barrel. They take 24. They just have so much cards. I was hoping for more Secret Barrels in those draws, but Just Desserts is equally as good. Here they tribute the Treeborn Frog for a copy of Caius to get rid of one of the tokens, which banishes. I believe this just says if it's destroyed, so it does play around it. So that's good, yeah. And the typing, I believe, on those is Earth, so it's not like there's any damage or anything. Here I draw a copy of Pot of Duality, and I go Lava Golem to out the Star Eater and Caius. I set the Legacy of Yatagarasu, Dimension Wall, and Just Desserts. They draw a Chaos Orc for turn. They take 1,000. The Treeborn comes back. I flip Just Desserts. They had accidentally misclicked. I probably should have, waited for them to summon, but I was kind of more afraid of them just tribute summoning down a monster that can start outing my things. So that's why I chose to just kind of shotgun it here, and they'll take 2,000. And then they summon a Veiler. They synchro for, what was that, at 8, 9, 10? I think they went into Leo here. And banish 2 for Chaos Orc. In battle phase, I go Legacy of Yatagarasu and draw a Jar of Greed. Here they attack with the Chaos Orc, and I take the damage. Here they attack with Leo, and this card can't be targeted unless it's the main phase 2. But the thing is, Dimension Wall says activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. Instead of you, your opponent takes the battle damage you would have taken. So that's non-targeting, which is very important. When I made the deck profile for this, I made sure to really emphasize that. And here, yep, the Dimension Wall is activated, and I win that one. Moving on to game number 2, they will start out again. Opening hands, I see Lava Golem, Reckless Greed, Battle Fader, Secret Barrel, and Reckless Greed. I did side out 1 copy of Lava Golem, and then somehow I still drew it. And then I believe I sided in MSTs or something, which might seem a little weird, but I know that usually a lot of times the more Piper Ghostrick Chaos decks will side into some back row, whether that be something like a Trap Stun or Royal Decrees or something like that. It's a very easy card to side in for them, especially because usually people side out their back row removal thinking that, oh, I saw none in the previous game. But I did side them in just to be careful because I know a lot of times that is the case. I've played this deck several times, so that's kind of the thinking here. And then I did keep in Faders, but I believe I sided either one of them out or a Swift Scarecrow. I forget the other card, but here their opening hand is Mary, Mystic Piper, 1-for-1, Allure, and MST. Oh, I also sided in Debunk, because Debunk does a lot against this deck. And then they draw a Chaos Orc. Here they go Piper, which says, you contribute this card to draw and reveal 1 card. If that card is a level 1 monster, draw 1 more card. The effect of Mystic Piper can only be used once per turn. So here they use the effect. It's a Jiangshi, so they don't get another draw, but they do get the Jiangshi. They go Allure into Kinkabiu and Mary, banishing the Jiangshi, set MST, pass. Here I get a copy of Dimension Wall, and looking at this, I just kind of pass. I feel safe because I have the Fader, and while I could, go into these Reckless Greeds and stuff and kind of do everything, I was afraid of them having something like a Decree or whatever, and that's why I just waited till I could potentially find an MST. I'm not really in any danger here, but they draw a copy of Battle Fader, and then they go Kinkabiu, which cannot be special summon. When this card's normal summon or flip face up, you can target 1 level 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, but banish it when this card leaves the field, and then once per turn during the end phase, it just bounces back like a normal spirit monster does. So they're using it to bring back the Piper. Using the effect again, here they get a copy of Caius. They go 1-for-1, pitching Mary to summon the Symphonic. Here they're going to use the effect, so it'll now be a level 5. They banish for Chaos Orc, and they synchro for 11. Yeah, this is 6, right? Yep, 6, and then that's a 5. They go to battle, they attack for... Or, well, they attack with Kinkaboo first, which was a kind of big mistake, so I can just Fader there. So that does end the battle phase, too. So it's not like it's going to be unaffected by the Star Eater, where there had been plays regardless, if not. So here, I do drop that Fader because of that, and then I draw Just Desserts for turn. I do set 5 here now. Not a specific reason why I would choose to set it now. It's more so just, this is very threatening, and so I wanted to make them start committing more into the board so I can Lava Golem them, and that's why I chose to do this. And here we do see that MST activated, and I believe it hit a Reckless Greed. Yep, it does. And then they draw a Spectre, summon Kinkaboo doing the same thing. Oh no, this time they brought out the Symphony. This doesn't negate effects or anything, so yep, just bringing out the Symphony guy. I think here, they use the effect to make it a level 5, because they had 4 cards in hand. They synchro into a copy of Psyhemoth. I actually don't know if the stuff would be banished here, because they're leaving simultaneous at that point, but anyways, going for Psyhemoth. They go to attack the Fader, and the Fader gets banished because it was summoned with its own effect. And so this could have been a potentially scary thing. They chose not to use the Psyhemoth that says after damage calculation, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can banish that monster. Also, this card. There is a scenario in which you use that. And then I forget what it would have played around here. I guess maybe even just playing around outing this and not playing into Lava Golem. But then they attack with Star Eater. I use the Dimension Wall, which, again, it says this card is unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. I did have to check the ruling on that one just to double check, but this is kind of more so affecting player. And then Mary's able to trigger to summon a Jiangshi, which is summoned in face-down defense. Back to me, I draw a copy of Secret Barrel. I use the Lava Golem to get rid of the 2 bigger monsters. I don't really care about them adding cards here. Set the Secret Barrel pass, they get another Piper. They take 1,000, switching the Lava Golem to attack and attacking in. I take 3,000. They tribute it for Caius to hit one of my back row, which is the Just Desserts, which I chain. So they will take 1,000 here. They flip the Jiangshi, use the effect to add Mary, use the effect to then flip itself back face down. I get a Just Desserts. And looking here, I think I was a little off on damage because the Secret Barrels would do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that would have been 24. Oh, so maybe I did have it here coming up. I used Reckless Greed. Oh, I did. And so that's why I chose to use the Reckless Greed here, because while I did have no draw cards, I just wanted to ensure that I had game. Here, getting a Threatening Roar and a Jar of Greed. Setting both, back to them. I activate the Secret Barrel here, because they have an extra card to do the extra damage. So they take 14. Then I use the Just Desserts and the Secret Barrel, and that is game. I end up taking that one. Again, it was a really cool deck to see them kind of do their thing. It's unfortunate they couldn't do even more in this exact situation. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it. Comment any questions or videos you want to see in the future. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to get notified anytime I put a new video out, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to go down to the video description to find out how you can send in your hat format replays. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next video.